Planned Parenthood is the nation's largest abortion provider by far, so unsurprisingly, those who view abortion as the linchpin of human freedom are upset about it. The Trump administration says it will happily restore the funding to Planned Parenthood as long as it stops providing abortions. The group says it's not interested in that. Jehmu Greene was a candidate in the recent race for DNC chair. She's also a former board member of Planned Parenthood Action Fund in New York City, and she joins us live tonight. Jehmu, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Tucker.
So the Planned Parenthood line is that abortions are just a small part of what Planned Parenthood does, all the vital services they provide, and that's why they need federal funding. The Trump administration is saying, okay, then just don't provide abortions and you get your $500 million a year of taxpayer money. Why wouldn't they do that? If it's just a small part of what they do and the rest is so important, why not just get rid of the abortions?
Well, Tucker, I think we should start with being honest with your audience that there is no such thing as a federally funded abortion. There's a law that prohibits that from happening, and so that is certainly not something that Planned Parenthood supports as legislation, but they abide by it. Now, to your question,
since you moved off the topic, let me just ask you a question. If you didn't like the NRA's lobbying for the Second Amendment, but the U.S. government gave the NRA $500 million a year in taxpayer funding, and they said, well, it has nothing to do with our lobbying for the Second Amendment, it's just for something else that we do, gun safety, you would say correctly, money is fungible. Of course, it subsidizes the things that I don't like. And the same is true of Planned Parenthood. As you know, it's money. It's like liquid. It flows wherever it needs to go.
You know where that money is flowing? It's flowing to cancer screenings. It's flowing to STD screenings and testing. Right. It's flowing to make sure that in places where healthcare providers are scarce and health professionals are scarce, Planned Parenthood is in many ways the #1 source of health care.
Okay.
And I heard you at the top of the segment say that this is Planned Parenthood's line. I would ask you to go to any woman in your life and see what her line is on Planned Parenthood, because there are 2.5 million women each year that are served by Planned Parenthood's health centers.
Okay.
This is not an issue of removing these funds and there will be another place for these women to go. It's proven that that's not the case.
Okay, so I'm taking everything you say face. I'm taking everything you say face. Okay. Wait. Let me stop and agree with you by saying I'm taking what you say at face value, whether or not it's true. I'm just going to stipulate that it's true. Why then won't Planned Parenthood just say, because what we do is so very important, we're the only healthcare provider, as you just said, in some places in this country, assuming that's true, but let's just say it is, why wouldn't we just get rid of the abortions? Why are abortions so important to Planned Parenthood? If the rest of what they do is more important, why not just give up the abortions? Everyone will be happy. They can continue to do cancer screenings. Why won't they do that? I don't understand.
Tucker, abortions are a legal medical procedure
that's not an answer,
in this country. And that is something that you're going to have to just reckon with, because there's a lot of talk. I've heard you on your show, Tucker, say so many times, look, Donald Trump won and we need to stop litigating this election. Well, guess what?
I've never said that, actually.
The question of the legality of abortions was decided before the two of us were even born. This is a legal medical procedure.
First of all, I was born in 1970. Stop. You just undercut your own argument. You just said it is the law that taxpayer dollars do not fund abortion. Now, it's the law for a reason, because we don't as a country consider abortion just like any other medical procedure. I'm not contesting its legality. I'm aware of what Roe v. Wade says. I'm merely asking you the same question for the third time, which is, if Planned Parenthood services are so vital, it's non-abortion related services, what is the attachment to abortion? Why doesn't Planned Parenthood just say, we do so many great things, we'll let other people provide the abortions, and if you're interested in supporting that, you can donate money to those groups. Why will they not let it go?
Tucker, seriously.
Well,
let's look at, because of Planned Parenthood and the services they provide and the education that they provide in communities and even in schools, unintended pregnancies are down. Why is it, answer this question, Tucker, why is it that you are so against big government on every issue except for when it comes to my uterus and my vagina? Can you imagine if the government was saying, let's legislate your penis? That is not ever going to be allowed by you or any of your male counterparts. And it is time that we get past this
points
this
are
is
decades old
these are not talking
and not
points.
very
The
bright.
talking points.
Look, can we get back to the issue of Planned Parenthood funding, and if you just slow down the Jeremiah a bit. I ask you for, and I'm going to give up after this, a fourth time. You're saying that Planned Parenthood does all these great things. The federal government is saying we'll continue to fund those great things. But we're really worried about the abortion part because like almost half the country thinks it's murder. It's not about genitalia, it's about a distinct human being. That's the view of a lot of Americans.
70% of Americans are pro-choice. And guess what? 50% of Donald Trump voters don't want Planned Parenthood to be defunded. And guess what?
But
abortion is also a critical legal medical procedure.
Really?
So let's talk about the domino effect.
Wait,
you take abortions away.
You're not going to answer any of these questions.
Okay, so then what? Because life is actually more complex than you want to talk about in this situation. So
if you take abortions away, hold on, slow down. Why should people who think abortion is immoral, and there are a lot of them, it's not 30%, it's much higher than that actually, it's about 50%, but it's still more than 5%. Why should those people have to see their tax dollars subsidize it? That's the question. And you're basically answering with a religious answer.
That's not
and saying
true,
it has to do with the
Tucker.
autonomy of the
Their
woman.
tax dollars are not paying for abortions. You know what their tax dollars are paying for? They're paying for low-income women to be able to go into a health center in a community that has no other health center available to them within hundreds of miles so that they can get a breast cancer screening.
Oh,
so
really? A mammogram? How many mammograms do they get?
STD screening. That they can get tested. This is not only women. This is men.
How many? Are they giving a lot of mammograms at Planned Parenthood? How many do you think last year they gave?
I don't have that exact number.
I don't think
Tucker,
they did any, actually. I don't think they did any mammograms, did they?
Tucker,
or did they? It's a question for you. You were on the board of it, not me.
Let's be honest.
Do you not have the answer, Jehmu? I'm trying to get the answer from you.
Health centers in rural areas, in many communities where there are no other
How many mammograms are they providing? You were on the board. Stop with the propaganda. I'm asking you a specific question.
This is not propaganda. I'm trying to be honest with your audience. You're talking points to demean an organization that provides
I'm trying to get a straight answer.
Services
all right. I give
in
up.
communities
Thanks, Jehmu.
that don't
I
have
appreciate it. Get back to me on the mammogram question. I appreciate it. Well, building a wall doesn't seem to be